Revolution 935. We're here live at the National Hotel, and we're joined by Nick Cannon. What's going on, man?
Man, it's all love. You know, the energy is amazing out here, so we just get into it.
It's Music Week, man. I'm sure you're down here to definitely have a good time, but it's not all parties, man. For those who don't know, Nick Cannon does make music. What you got going on, man?
Yeah, just really promoting a lot of the records, DJing at a couple of spots and everything. So it's just, this is what I do. It's funny when you say that, like, people don't know. Like, what do people know that I do? Like, what do they?
Just about everything, man. Just about everything. You're known as Mr. Showbiz, you know what I mean? So,
I'm really good at origami.
but you're a multi-talented dude. From what I understand, you play more than 6 instruments. What do you play?
Yeah, I mean, I play obviously the drums. If anybody's seen a movie called Drumline, so a lot of percussion from the congos to the drums to anything percussion-wise, guitar, obviously, piano, bass.
That guy right there's a huge fan. He made me watch Drumline at least 100 times when I was a kid.
That's good.
At least 100 times.
Did you learn anything?
Not how to play the drums. I learned a lot of other stuff, but definitely not how to play the drums. Now, once again, you've been spinning since the All That days, right?
Yeah, I started DJing in '96 in high school.
Okay, so
and that's kind of around the same time I started working on All That too.
Okay. So what is it that you're focusing on more now?
I mean, I'm focused on music more than anything. Like you said, man, like it's when you're an entertainer, you don't really just focus on one asset. That's like if you're an athlete and you're like, yeah, all I do is run. You know what I mean? Like an athlete has to be able to run, catch, throw, do it all. So like to me as an entertainer, you got to be able to do everything, and it takes you back to the days of like people like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. Those people had to do everything. Lucille Ball, like if you were an entertainer before this like new generation. If you're on Broadway, you got to sing, dance, act. Like, play instruments. It's not anything that's like, oh, you only, like that was like, to be an entertainer, you had to be exceptional.
Right,
so,
of course.
So nowadays, I mean, it's unfortunate, but now it's like, oh, yeah, all that person does is this. And then as the audience, they just want to say, that's all that's the only thing I want to see them do. But people are truly artists. Like, every artist I know is multifaceted on so many different levels because that creativity is birthed within them. So I don't even think about, like, it's just, when I was a kid, like if I picked up an instrument, I could play it. You know what I mean? If I was an audience, I could entertain them. It wasn't about how I did it. It was this was just kind of like the different things that were in my wheelhouse or within my repertoire. Right.
It kind of just came natural.
Yeah. And I think now because it's so easy to kind of get in front of people and to find an audience that people be like, oh yeah, I made this one song, so this is what I do. Or oh yeah, like I made a cool internet video, so this is who I am. So it's like, but before you had to go through like workshops and schooling, and like they would put you through a performing arts school, and at that school you would have music class, you would have acting class. I came up like that to where you had to be able to be multifaceted.
It's all about being well-rounded if you really want to.
If you really want to succeed in it, like people are like, man, how do you get to it? I tell people, perfect your craft. You know what I mean? Spend time perfecting and honing in on who you are. And then when it's time, when that opportunity, presents itself, then you'll be able to excel.
It's repetition, man. Do it over and over and over until it becomes second nature.
100%. I mean, radio in itself is like, that's a craft in itself. Like it's one of those things you gotta do it every single day until it becomes second nature. Huh? I would say the thing I had to work the hardest at would probably be, I mean, every instrument is always something. You got like, because the thing about when you play instruments, if you put it down for a second, you got to start all over.
Right. You got to give it its time.
It's
right.
Like, that's one thing I would tell any musician. Like, if you play an instrument, do it at least once a week. Just because if you step away from an instrument for a month, you can't play it anymore. Right. And that's one of those things I would say. Being a musician is probably the most difficult because you got to put the time in to be good at it.
I feel like with music, it's like that whole Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours. That's the thing. You got to put. And then it's like you'll become that expert after the 10,000 hours. But if you don't put any more time in it after those 10,000 hours, you got to start all over.
It's not happening, right? And let's get back to it. I mean, the music definitely, but I mean, you're on filming. You're about to start filming season 12 of Wild 'N Out.
Yeah, we're doing that this summer.
You know what I mean? So tell us about that. I know you can't tell us all this stuff, but who can we expect this season?
I mean, you coming on the show? I was saying your
Cuban
feet
Eddie.
hurt. Your feet hurt. You got to stand up for a long
We've
time.
got a forklift out back that can take him on set. It'll carry him and just like drop him off.
We do. That next season.
We gonna get Cuban Eddie in there.
Cuban
Cuban Eddie. Let's get you in here. Cuban Eddie, join the interview. Jump in here.
You need a foot massage,
Baby,
We're gonna make it bigger a little bit.
girl, because we need a widescreen girl.
You need a widescreen for all this action.
Screen, baby.
Cuban Eddie is ready. So you gonna be on Wild 'N Out?
Baby, if you want me to.
This Cuban Eddie, he's on our morning show and
We need
he's a bit of a
Cuban
clown.
Eddie on Wild 'N Out.
Yes, baby.
Because you wild and out.
I'm from Westchester, honey. Never had a girl like me. I'm from Westchester.
We have not had a girl like you.
No.
We would need a girl like you.
And thick and plumpy like
There
me.
it is. You could be a nice. We got some Wild 'N Out girl outfits that'll fit you.
You make them that big?
I need one that's extra small.
small.
MTV's got
And
all
extra
that.
small.
We just gonna get you some pasties.
Yes, baby. Whenever.
Wild and out.
What?
This just got interesting.
Yes, baby. Yes.
We definitely wilding out here. So it's music week, man. We keep it going. What else you got planned for this week?
Cuban Eddie, what else we got planned?
I know what you got planned.
I got a flight in a few hours. I'm actually leaving.
You getting
leaving
out of
tomorrow,
Miami?
but, I mean, it's air and opportunity. We can get it done.
Can I go with you?
You want to go?
Baby, if you have a big enough luggage. And it better be like Louis Vuitton.
You are very high maintenance.
Listen, I know you got Louis Vuitton.
You get real. Why you so picky?
Because I'm gay.
That's a real answer.
Very
though.
stereotypical.
That is a
of
real
you.
answer, though.
Champagne up in here. We got nothing, girl. My lips are dry, girl.
That sounds like a personal issue.
Nick said he can't help you with that. I'm sorry. He can't help you with
everything
that.
else but your dry lip.
Yes, girl.
Right on. So Nick, tell us about these singles you're putting out.
Yeah, right now I got a current joint with Fat Joe and Luke Nasty called Only You. We shot it here in Miami. We shot the video and everything, recorded it out here. So it got that Miami vibe to an old school feel. And then I got a joint called Hold On that's being mixed by a bunch of my DJ friends, everybody from Mickey Vallon to Eva Shaw, Devastator, all of these people. So that has like more of the dance feel to it too. So, you give them something for the hip hop and then something for the dance community.
So now that we're on the topic of Miami, it's
Yeah.
Music Week. I know you've been out here tons of times.
Grinding.
What does Miami mean to you?
Miami it's the vibe, it's the lifestyle.
And me.
Exactly.
It's Cuban Eddie.
It's a Cuban Eddie everywhere you go. It's this type of energy, man. It's just people smiling.
I'm been sweating just because I'm next to you, girl.
You need some tissue?
Oh, girl, I need like a whole roll, baby. I need Charmin.
Oh man.
Get your underboob together.
It's like a pumpkin.
Oh man. So for our listeners, Nick, let them know what have you got coming up 2018, man? What can they look forward to?
Like you said, 2018, we doing it all. We entertaining, movies, music, television, and headphones, all of that stuff. So it's incredible. We can't stop. We're going to keep it going.
There you have it, South Florida. It's Mr.
There it is.
Showbiz.
It's going down. Tell them, Cuban Eddie.
There it goes.